All right. I've come in fancy dress. I've come as a road. Right, I went to the doctor's, right, managed to piss off my doctor, and I knew that I'd pissed her off because I started talking to her about getting a vasectomy, right, and normally they say, are you sure about that? You know, have you had kids? Have you spoken to your spouse or whatever? She just looked me up and down and went, I just can only pray we've caught it in time. Like, you... But, you know, in fairness, it was because I'd gone in there, because I like to double up my doctor's appointments. I don't go in there with one thing wrong. I go in there with several things wrong. So I was moaning about being, you know, being depressed and stuff as well. She said, anything in particular making you depressed? I thought, oh, this would be funny. This artwork on the walls, am I right? See, I didn't know that her niece had painted it. And it was shit. Like, it looked like she painted it with her fingers. She's 3. But the vasectomy wasn't going to be in time because I do have 3 kids, 3 daughters. Okay, whenever I tell people that I do stand up and stuff, they say, you're not worried about being embarrassed or heckled or booed off stage. I say, I live in a house with 4 women. I cannot be beaten down anymore. I am already an empty husk, right? Have you ever seen the ground at like a poultry farm, like a chicken farm? Have you ever seen the grass at a poultry farm? That is what happens to any living thing that is pecked from every direction at once. All day. I'm an island of testosterone. It used to be just me and the dog. But he's had his claws painted pink so many times, he's not even sure anymore. The other day I was bleeding from my arsehole. I didn't know if I had hemorrhoids or if our periods had synchronized. When I was a teenager, I spent my whole life trying to get women to come to me and be around me and to stay around. Now I've got 3 of the little parasites who won't fuck off. But I am smashing parenting, though. Like, I'm on to advance. Like I can do the whole, like, push them on the swing while on the phone. Do that shit. Nail that. Cigarette on the go. Right, but that's intermediate. I've smashed intermediate. I'm on to advanced now. I'm on to advanced. Right, they say you should, tell your kids that you love them all equally. No, that's beginner shit. Right? I tell them that I love one of them the most, but I don't tell them which one it is. It's aspirational. Yeah? Do you know they say that you should never lie to your kids? Beginner shit. Right? If my kids grow up not believing that the hazard button in the car is an ejector seat, right, I've not done my job, right? There are important things they have to believe. Tennis balls are full of spiders. Unconditional love exists, right? If they get out of bed before 8 o'clock in the morning, the monster underneath it will climb out and break their fucking spine. But I recently found out that the middle kid isn't mine. I know, right? It wasn't some big, revelation from my wife. It was just I was cooking up the breakfast and everything, and she turned to me and she said, Daddy. I said, what, you little pissant? Advanced parenting. She said, Daddy, I don't like bacon. Right, take one look at me and tell me if it is genetically possible for any offspring of mine to not like bacon. Right? She might even be I can barely say it. Vegetarian. Oh, God, no, pipe down veggies. Ooh, there was a little bit of got the vegetarian mafia in. No, I'm joking, he's not going to be a vegetarian. But the point is, right, if Elliot from my wife's work, who plays the guitar, right, turns out to be a vegetarian, I'm suing the cunt for child support. Right? The oldest kid, right? She's an asshole. And that's fine. That checks out. Because so am I. That's absolutely fine. Right, I finish you on another bit of advanced parenting skill. Right? I was watching Match of the Day. Right? Obviously, while the baby's in the other room, like covering herself in shampoo, nappy cream, and trying to get the lid off a Calpol bottle. But I'm watching Match of the Day. Advanced parenting. And the oldest one sat with me, and she looks at the TV and she says, Daddy, I want to be a professional footballer. Now, I need to teach them, particularly because they're girls, I need to teach them that they can be anything they want to be, right? That they're not going to face each other. But I'm looking at this and I'm like, this is when we're going to have that discussion. She's 7 years old, and I'm going to need to talk to her about how she might face some challenges in her life, about the patriarchy, about misogyny, about the fact that no matter how hard we sort of try, it's still kind of a man's world, okay? You know, there are professional women footballers, but they just make a living wage. That's not what she's talking about. She wants to be watched by thousands in the stadium. She wants to be watched by millions at home. That's what she wants. She wants the cars. She wants the money. Right? So I had to be honest with her. I turned to her and I said, no. Advanced parenting. No, you can't be a professional footballer. And then she looked back up at me with those sweet little eyes of hers, and she said a question that broke my heart. She said, Daddy, why? I was like, oh, God. So I've had to be honest again. Said, because you're shit at football. Thank you very much. I've enjoyed that.